You should see me in a crown.
You should see me in a crown. I'm gonna run, there's nothing to help.
My name is Brittany Brody. I am the Disney Princess of Denver Drag, and this is Drag Me to Denver, the series in which we get to know some of the fierce and fabulous drag artists that make up the Denver drag community. But as always, before we get started, hit that like button, drop a comment down below, and smash that bell to be notified for when new episodes drop right here on the channel. Why? So we can grow together and support that algorithm and push these videos out to other viewers just like you. My guest today, it's the Countess.
Hello! I'm the Countess, but this is the Princess, so I'm just kind of a guest here today. Yeah, I'm just protecting the Princess today.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, do you have beef with the Count from Sesame Street, or like what?
No, I love his work. I think
Okay.
he is so good at what he does. Counting
Is that how you inherited your fortune? You one marriage, two marriage. Ah, ha, ha.
Oh, hello there. It is I, the Count. Yes, they call me the Count because I love to things.
It's a secret for me to know and for you to find out later.
Oh, you've got tea.
Always.
Well,
I know you have the tea. Actually, I'm just here to get roasted.
I don't have tea, but I do have Kool-Aid. We can drink the Kool-Aid
Oh.
later if you'd like.
I'm down for some Kool-Aid.
Now, the one question I always start out with everybody that has come on this show, and you've done drag before, so this
I have.
counts.
Yes.
In your own words, how would you describe your style of drag?
Oh, okay. My style of drag would be vampiric, siren, kind of butch daddy. A little bit of everything. Sultry yet tough, and soft and leather and lace. Actually,
Leather and
would
lace. I love
yeah.
that.
Mhm.
Speaking of leather and lace, there was the leather and lace like kink roll at Trax with the roller skating. That was a couple months ago.
I didn't go to that one.
No?
I did go to Leather and Lace at the Denver Gay Men's Chorus and Denver Feminist Chorus performed that were awesome. So
Nice.
yeah, that's cool, fun stuff.
Speaking of drag, you are also married to a drag king,
I sure am.
Dean Dazzle, former guest from this show.
Yeah, Dean Dazzle wrestles with a lot of things.
Wrestling with trauma. So what is it like living with another drag artist?
Messy.
Okay.
I love how creative they are, but they leave their shit everywhere, as I'm sure a lot of drag spouses would know. I try to be as tidy, but it comes off as controlling, and I try not to be that way. So, but no, it's wonderful to see all the creative processing and all the makeup, because I am not that great at makeup myself. So
Okay.
a lot of the stuff that they do is really awesome to see them transform themselves, and I learn a lot from them. So it's actually really fun.
Respect. And
Yeah.
it's always inspirational when you live with drag people and you watch them like work through their processes, because everyone has such a different process and way of doing things. Totally.
Absolutely. It's kind of funny seeing my female presenting wife turn into this kind of like, Denver dad bod daddy, with his little chest plate and his little mustache on. And I'm just like, I'd hit it either way.
I mean, I've seen some
Yeah.
pictures of you with mustaches on, which we may or may not talk about later on in this show.
It might have been a borrowed mustache from Dean Dazzle.
Sharing is caring.
Yeah, we clean it though, I promise. Sterilization is always key.
We'll get into that later too. Stay tuned.
Come back.
Absolutely. Now, one of the big things that you're doing is you do karaoke. You
I
host
do.
and produce karaoke every Thursday at Hamburger Mary's. How did you get involved with Hamburger Mary's, and tell me about karaoke?
Oh wow! So Hamburger Mary's and I go way back in the sense that I actually got married there.
I know. You did the hand fasting
We
thing.
did the hand fasting. Yeah, Betty Swallows.
Check out the Dean Dazzle episode for more info on that.
Yeah.
It wasn't supposed to be originally at Hamburger Mary's, right?
No, we
Okay.
wanted to go and elope at Corwina Park. Our family came to be there for the special event, and it turned out to rain on my wedding. And I mean, it happens. We called up the folks at Hamburger Mary's, and everybody was like, "Come on over, we'll figure something out." And they were really awesome and set this really nice kind of community-led wedding of our dreams in a sense, and it really felt great.
So how did you go from getting married to having your own show at Hamburger Mary's?
I was part of what was known as the Denver Women's Chorus at the time. Now it's Denver Feminist Chorus. So the manager at the time reached out to me and was like, "Hey, do you have a gig on Thursday nights?" And I said, "No, bitch, book me." And that's how it kind of went through. And it's been almost 3 years. I want to say definitely over 2 years. That we've been building a nice, solid karaoke base at Hamburger Mary's. And it's been really fun to be able to sing, and it's given me a lot of awesome opportunities to go around to other venues in town and sing for them and just have a good time.
You also did Mary's Got Talent.
Yes,
at
that was
Hamburger
really fun,
Mary's.
actually.
How was that competition?
We have a lot of really talented regulars that come in all the time, and it's really awesome to be able to just showcase them and have them have a good time and be like, "I'm the diva today. I'm the rock star. I'm going to perform for you guys," not just like sing a karaoke song.
Please, I'm a star!
I'm sorry, it's time.
So that was actually a very interesting experience. It wasn't anything super glamorous or anything like that, but it was just a fun, friendly competition to remind people that they're divas and rock stars in their own right.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, like, what is your go-to karaoke song?
I would go to like Selena, Como la Flor, or Jolene by Dolly. The rest of it would probably be more so Evanescence leaning. The goddess Amy Lee as well. She's one of my favorites.
Okay.
Inspirations.
And like, do those artists influence your style of drag as well?
I
like
think
your
so.
Amy Lees and your Dolly Partons. You're all over the map.
I'm all over the goddamn map. Yeah, no, there's no pegging me.
Tell me he didn't just say that.
There's no putting me in a box. Oh, we'll get to that later, I'm sure. But
what,
no.
the pegging part or putting you in a box?
Hopefully the pegging, because I'm not going to be put in a box. Do you want to be put in a box, princess?
You know, I am a fan of bondage.
Oh, well, that's right. But no, I think that it does kind of influence my drag in the sense that I like to be a little edgy and rock and roll. But my wife has influenced me a lot with like country and being someone from Texas, and I've kind of delved into the darker, edgier cowboy raspiness of that. And, you know, yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Definitely influenced by a lot of stuff, a lot of primal stuff.
Well, speaking of karaoke, I believe this takes us to our first game of the day.
There's games? Just kidding. I've watched this before, of course.
Like, have you seen this show? Of course we have games.
Of course we have games.
Now, according to Google, what are the top 10 most popular karaoke songs? Now, as a karaoke VJ, DJ, I'm sure you've seen so many stereotypical songs that you're like, oh, every person does this. So, like, what are the top 10 most popular, 1 through 10,
1 through 10. Okay.
karaoke songs, according to Google?
So probably like Sweet Caroline.
Sweet Caroline is number 5 by Neil Diamond.
Before He Cheats, probably.
That is not on the list.
Okay. Don't Stop Believing.
Don't Stop Believin' is number 2.
Number 2.
That is
okay.
such a drunk white people song. That's really the box you need to dig in.
Yeah.
What are the drunk white people songs?
Well, I probably right now Pink Pony Club has to be out there.
Of all time, no.
Of all time, no.
No.
Don't Stop Believing. I already said that one.
So you've got 2 and 5.
I got 2 and 5. I'm really like failing this one. You Ought to Know, Alanis.
No, that's a great song though.
That is a really good song. I'm trying not to think of my go-to song. I'm trying to think of like the broader population.
Absolutely.
Bohemian Rhapsody, probably.
Bohemian Rhapsody is number 1, the most popular karaoke song of all time. So you got 1 and 2.
I got 1 and 2. Okay. Man, I Feel Like a Woman.
Not on the list.
Not on the list. Interesting. It's like Reba, Fancy.
I should make you drink every time you get one wrong. Also not on the list.
I'd be fucked. I'd be so fucking drunk right now. And I gave up drinking for June, oddly enough. But no, we're not doing that again. We're drinking again now. We're celebrating, but we're not talking about that yet. I'm going to plug my piercing studio later.
Oh, we're going to get there.
But fuck.
I'm waiting on some
You're
songs.
playing on karaoke songs. Wanted Dead or Alive by Bon Jovi.
Nope.
No. Jolene, did I say that already?
Not on the list.
Not on the list. What are you doing?
I mean, Bon Jovi is on the list, but not that Bon Jovi song.
Tommy used to work on the dawn. That one? Living on a Prayer?
That is number 3.
Okay,
Living on a Prayer.
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
So you got 1, 2, 3, and you got 5.
Shit.
You need 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
I'm like blanking on songs.
See what I mean when I say like this is like drunk white people music?
It is drunk white people. I'm not a drunk white person. I'm sorry. I don't know drunk white people music. Is it Madonna? Let's say what, like a Virgin?
Nope.
No.
No, but not Madonna.
Can you give me like a decade maybe?
Number 4 is from the 90s. Number 6 is from the 70s.
Is it Cranberry Zombie?
No.
No. Smells Like Teen Spirit?
Nope. I'm gonna give you a couple more, and then we're just gonna crank this list out.
Yeah, I'm drowning.
Well, if you need a life vest, number 1 is Bohemian Rhapsody by Queen. You got that one. Number 2, Journey, Don't Stop Believin'. Number 3, Living on a Prayer by Bon Jovi. Number 4, I disagree with. It's I Want It That Way by the Backstreet Boys. I've never once seen anybody do that at karaoke.
No.
Number 5, Sweet Caroline by Neil Diamond. Number 6, final answer?
What was it, like I Will Survive or something? Is that one on there?
It is ABBA, Dancing Queen. Number 7, Whitney Houston, I Want to Dance with Somebody. Number 8 is, well, here's Wonderwall. It's Oasis. Number 9 is Wannabe by the Spice Girls. And number 10, probably the most modern thing on this list, is Shallow by Lady Gaga.
And that's one of my go-to songs. I'm ashamed that I didn't think of that one.
It's all there, black and white, clear as crystal. You get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
Do you do it as a duet?
I do. I think it's lots of fun to bring someone else to.
So who is your Bradley Cooper?
Usually someone in the audience. I try to pick whoever wants to be my Bradley Cooper.
That's risky. You got to put like a plant in the audience. So when you're like, hey, random person, come on up. I haven't met you before.
Even the ones that I do know, I'm just like, who looks like the most drunk tonight? That could be my Bradley Cooper.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, fun fact, number 18 was A Whole New World from Aladdin, the only Disney song to even appear in the top 20.
That's surprising. Yeah.
No, that's a popular karaoke one that I've seen as well.
I've seen a lot of Hamilton.
Okay,
that one
really?
comes around a lot. Yeah, we've been having a lot of that.
Well, in the words of Hamilton, I think you threw away your shot.
I totally threw that shot away.
You also did a show for Starlight Variety.
Oh, yeah.
Doing live singing. Tell me about that show and what did you perform?
Oh, crap. I love Star. That was so much fun. I was honored to be able to work with the folks at Denver Suite. However, we had a great time. I sang Landslide, which is one of my favorites. Fleetwood Mac is a great band and a great Stevie Nicks is my inspiration. I almost died when I got to see her. I died when I saw her. And then I sang Como la Flor, and then I also did Tennessee Whiskey. Yeah. So
Okay.
a little bit of everything.
So you got to do 3 numbers.
I got to
that
do 3
show.
numbers for that show, and that was really, really great.
Another show
think I
that you did was you also recently did a Dungeons and Dragons show for Elven Cabaret.
Yes.
Tell me about that show.
That was up in Fort Collins, and that was a really fun show too. It was the first time that I got to perform up there, and I just had a great time with the cast. Everybody was really, really sweet. Really fun opportunity to do that. But I also did get the opportunity to kind of produce my own show here in Denver and Westminster. Things
Nice.
Table, which is its own little gaming tavern, bar, and restaurant that caters to all sorts of really fun, like RPG experiences. They have their own private rooms, and we got to do this fun community Dungeons and Dragons event where.
So not only did you do the Dungeons and Dragons show, you play Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh yeah, you get to do the whole thing. We even had a lot of audience participation, but we have performers come and play Dungeons and Dragons game and use their own personas as their characters and their own performances as attacks or as whatever they want to in the campaign itself. We did a one-shot for this one just to kind of do something for Pride, but we actually will be bringing some more stuff to Thane soon. So,
Ooh.
yeah.
So, like, what class are you in Dungeons and Dragons?
Ooh, I am definitely a bard, but I like to multi-class, so I actually am also a rogue, because I'm a sneaky little sneak. I'm not really. I'm usually, like, I look like a barbarian, but I'm sneaky and quiet. But I'm a tiefling.
I have no idea what that
love
is.
to play
Please-
as a tiefling.
You're talking about me having tea.
She's like,
You
oh
had
my God.
Tiefling. What is a
I have
tiefling?
tiefling. Tiefling is this infernal creature. They're like half demon, half human. When humans either have relations with demons or bonds, pacts, something like that, a creature like a tiefling is born or created. So those are my characters, and they're usually quite horny.
Okay.
Yeah, literally.
Wow.
Yeah.
I feel like if I played Dungeons and Dragons, y'all would just like leave me in the woods.
You would
Like
be
you don't
the
know
Disney
what you're
princess.
doing. We're just gonna leave you in the woods. Oh my God, I could summon animals
You could.
and like have an army of like birds and like deer and things.
A
and
Disney
be, like,
druid over
legit
here.
Disney druid.
A druid, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that would be that you can speak to animals and you can even like telepathically connect to them. You can even turn into an animal.
Like Animorphs.
Yeah.
That's an old people reference. I love that. You make me want to play Dungeons and Dragons sometimes.
You should play with this.
I will totally just stroke the hilt of my sword and
Very seductive.
we will ride into battle together.
Let's go.
According to my character sheet, if I rub the blade of our magic family sword while you rub the hilt, twin beacons of light will reveal our locations to each other. Each night I will think of you and rub, praying for the night fate will find us rubbing together.
We are here to talk about Coven Body Mods. Yesterday
Yes.
was the grand opening. Tell me about what is Coven Body Mods, what is your journey been, and congratulations, by the way.
Thank you. We can't wait to have you, by the way. Coven Body Mods is my little baby, my dream from forever. It is a body modification studio, body piercing and tattooing studio for the queer community, by the queer community, by Latinx women, by queer women, people that you see every day in the streets and that are on your side in this community and in this day and age. We are a wife duo. Me and Dean Dazzle, me and Haley have created this space after dreaming of it for quite some time. And now we finally got the opportunity to find a space in Wheat Ridge and open up. So we are located not far from Lakeside Amusement Park, actually. So,
Okay.
yeah, that's going to be a fun journey.
And you've been, because this was even like a year ago, you were talking about you were scoping out spaces.
We've been
So what
looking.
have been some of the challenges that you faced with trying to open up this studio?
A lot of it is like zoning, not knowing what companies to work with, being first-time business owners and business startups. There's a lot of questions, and there isn't an actual map or a instruction manual that will tell you, hey, this is A, B, C, D, E, F, G, what you need to do. It's making sure that you reach out to your health department and anybody who can help you facilitate the opening and make sure you got everything figured out.
Okay.
It's been a lot to navigate, but it's worth it. It's a lot of hard work, but it's definitely worth it.
How long have you been into body piercing?
I started my journey in 2009, so
Okay.
it's been 25 now, so it's been 16 years. And I hope I get a lot more out of it. I've been up, down, sideways. It's been quite a journey to get here from New York City, Texas, now Denver.
And you've also done, on top of piercing, you've done play piercing within like the kink community and the kink scene. What are some of like the play piercing scenes you've come up with, and like what have you done creatively with that space?
Well, if I'm being honest, I used to do a lot of it back in Texas. There was a broader
You
community.
used to work as a dominatrix, according to my research. I don't know how like legit you were, but
Oh, I wouldn't
according
say
to
work.
some of your Instagram posts, you said you were a dominatrix professionally.
Oh, when you're that young and stupid, you say a lot of things.
Okay.
Dad, I want you to meet my new girlfriend. This is Mistress Vita. We met on Craigslist.
No talking unless I say. Hi, Peter.
How'd she know your name?
I definitely was very much invested in the scene and the community because there is a lot of beautiful energy and dynamics that you can learn from that community. And I enjoyed playing. I wouldn't call myself like a pro domina. I wish I could, but no, I never got like paid the big bucks for it. It was
Do you do
mostly
any
for fun.
like the stuff with the ribbons?
Yes.
I love like the corsets that people do as well. I know I've done some fun stuff with needles and like rubber bands where it creates tension and things.
Absolutely.
You can do a lot of masochistic fun things with needles.
You can
and
do a lot of
piercing.
masochistic fun things with needles, but you can also do a lot of pretty art stuff. And if you mix them both together and do it safely with somebody who knows what they're doing, I think that's the best course of action, in my opinion. So
Absolutely. Consent is key.
consent is key, and bloodborne pathogens and safety is key. Make sure if you're
have
dealing
that
with
body
body
autonomy. Know yourself, know your limits, and don't push yourself too hard.
Correct. Yeah. And make sure, keep yourself and your partner safe because bloodborne pathogens are a real thing and we don't want to mess with that too much.
Well, we are going to play our second game. And if you lose this game,
I get to leave.
I think you have to leave.
I have to leave. Yeah.
So we've talked in depth about Coven Body Mods.
Correct.
We've talked about body piercing.
Yes.
So in order to be a body piercer, you have to become licensed. So I have pulled some questions from the official test to become certified as a piercer.
I'm gonna leave now.
I feel like a lot of these questions are self-explanatory. Like, if I can get some of these, I have full faith and confidence in you. But how are you feeling?
Well, to be fair, in some states the piercer has to be licensed. In some states, just the establishment has to be licensed. So that'll be the first thing. Hopefully, I pass. I think
you'll be
if
fine.
Not, I'm just don't get pierced by me if I don't pass.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Question number 1. At what degree would you sterilize needles at?
Oh, you definitely want to go over 270 degrees. So between 230, 40, 270.
Okay. According
Depending on
to
your
this,
autoclave.
you want at least a baseline of 250 and above.
Yeah.
Okay. Good job.
You did it! Congratulations!
I've been doing that longer than the karaoke gig.
If I'm using an autoclave, what time would I set it to?
So that's a trick question.
Okay.
Depending on the autoclave that you're using, some cycles will run 45 minutes to an hour. If it is a quick autoclave like a Statum or a Sycan machine like that, it could even take as long as 13 minutes. A full dry cycle can take a full hour. But yes, at the very least, 35 to 45 minutes on the big boxy autoclaves. On the fancy, expensive ones, it can take anywhere between 7 to 15 minutes.
Okay, that's a trick question then, so we'll give it to you.
An autoclave is essentially a machine that will pressurize and heat up any instruments put inside to make sure that any kind of biomatter or any kind of organisms, microorganisms, body fluids get completely eradicated and sterilized essentially in this machine. Think of a giant easy bake oven, but it goes up to 250 to 280 degrees, kills off everything on this metal piece that they're inserting in your body or in your mouth or wherever.
So I'll give you points for that. The answer according to the test was 25 minutes. But
25.
If it depends on your autoclave, I guess that makes sense.
There are so many different autoclaves in the market. Yes.
So you mentioned bloodborne pathogens earlier. What is a bloodborne pathogen?
Bloodborne pathogen is anything that is transmittable through bodily fluids, where it be blood, saliva, sperm, other bodily fluids like that. It could be, yes.
It is a microorganism that is spread through blood, causing diseases.
Yep. Mostly blood, absolutely.
What is the name of the most outer layer of my skin?
The dermis.
We need you to be a little more specific.
The outer layer of your surface of the skin, your...
It has the word dermis in it.
The epidermis?
It is the epidermis.
Okay.
Good job.
We're going to edit that. It's the epidermis. Of course.
Of course it's the epidermis.
Duh.
Yes, of course.
What is the layer of the skin that contains the most blood vessels?
I didn't know I was going to get a whole anatomy test today.
I just want to make sure, like, you're certified.
Oh, yeah. It's definitely a lot more about muscle memory at this point than book smarts.
You said it's been since 2008, so it's been a while.
It has been a while.
We gotta give you a refresher.
Give me the question one more time.
What is the layer of the skin that contains the most blood vessels?
Skin that contains the most blood.
We talked about the epidermis. What is this?
The subdermis?
It's just the dermis.
It's the dermis. So I got it. It's a good thing I'm not drinking today.
So we talked about the dermis. We talked about the epidermis. What does your hypodermis do?
Your hypodermis protects you from stupid questions like these.
You disrespect yourself and your nation.
It protects you from the sun.
Your hypodermis?
No, water.
Your hypodermis is for
I know nothing about
insulation
skin,
and energy storage in your skin. So that's the epidermis, the dermis, and the hypodermis.
Cool.
If I want to get my ear pierced, what part of the ear is most commonly pierced?
The earlobe.
Good job.
At least I got one.
What is the term of cartilage on the outer rim of the ear called?
The helix?
That is correct. It is the helix. If I was getting a piercing from you, which material would you not recommend using? Steel, plastic, gold, or titanium?
Plastic. No
Correct.
plastic.
No plastic. See, I told you you'd be crushing it.
At these, yes. Don't ask me about anatomy because I'm going to pull out a book or pull out my phone and then
just don't ask me about the hypodermis.
Don't ask me about the hypodermis.
Okay.
I'm not a dermatologist. I am going to poke a hole in your skin, but I'm not going to tell you why you have a mole in your butthole. That's not me.
And finally, if I was getting an eyebrow piercing, what gauge needle would I get?
Usually a 16, a 14 if you want to be a little edgier.
14's bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is a 16.
Yeah.
See, you passed. You got your piercing license. Here on Drag Me to Denver, we don't only meet drag artists, we also give out piercing certification.
Yeah.
So the MCU.
Maybe I know a little bit more about the MCU than about the epidermis.
So you're familiar with the MCU. Tell me about your experience with that.
I'm really excited that Deadpool is part of it now, I suppose.
Okay.
But no, we've laughed, we've cried, and my wife is obsessed with Iron Man and Tony Stark. So I definitely, and my brother's obsessed with Spider-Man, and I think that's why they bond so well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because there was last year in 2024, there was Deadpool and Wolverine.
That was fun.
And then I don't know if you heard about the movie from 2025. This one.
Oh yeah, that one's a porno actually.
Wow.
Yeah.
So tell me what's going on in this picture.
So that was
Sound it out.
Speaking of my husband and wife, that's when they dressed up as Tony Stark and I dressed up as Deadpool.
And this was?
This was a Halloween in like 2019?
It was 2018. Good job.
Yeah, 2018. That was the first Halloween we spent together, actually.
Okay.
And we both did, I guess, drag unbeknownst to us. That was our first dabble together in drag. It was fabulous. I'd do it again, 10 out of 10.
Yeah?
Yeah, better than Wolverine and Deadpool. It's, Iron Man and Deadpool.
Iron Man and Deadpool. So who wins in a fight between Iron Man and Deadpool?
I would say that Deadpool definitely has the ability to get a little more holy. So he's more of the punching bag, but Iron Man will do more of the punching.
Oh, I'm touching myself tonight.
In my last episode as well, I brought Ryan Stone back and I gagged them with some names from their past. So I have a couple names, speaking of Halloween, to throw out at you. So what would you tell me about Maximiliano Tamburi and Stephen Herman?
Oh.
And who are both of these people?
Oh, those are my besties from my childhood. Those were the OG gaggle of gays that I recruited in my yesteryears in New York City.
You're still Facebook friends with both.
Oh yeah,
I made sure.
Yeah.
You're also big Disney fans, right?
I know exactly where you're going with this.
I'm going with 2013.
Damn right. Yeah, you better put your puppy away because I will use it for a fur coat, bitch.
So
Don't play with me.
What is going? Your dress is Cruella.
Yes.
And we have the Mad Hatter and the Evil Queen from Snow White.
Correct.
The three of you.
Oh
your
yeah, we were
childhood
bad bitches.
Where was this, in Texas?
This was back in New York. It was at our favorite little dive spot called Terraza. It's still there, Terraza 7. It's fucking a great place in Jackson Heights, New York. And they hosted a Halloween party, and we all dressed up. And when we came in, we tore the place up. We had a good time. Yeah, that was the sluttiest, shortest dress I've ever worn for Halloween, actually. I think I flashed a lot of people some labia that night, but, YOLO.
All right. Well, you've had some epic Halloween costumes.
I have, yeah.
And I hope you've enjoyed this little walk down memory lane.
You didn't even get to the Gomez and the Morticia.
Look, you had me at Disney.
That's fair, yeah. That's usually more my thing. But yes, it was a great one. Great times. Let's see what we have this year.
Ooh, what a tease. Now, before we go as well, I was going to surprise you and make you sing a little song. I've said for years that I have wanted you to serenade me with this Disney song. All right.
Oh, crap. I'm going to make my family very, very disappointed in me. I should have watched Encanto before I came.
Don't get out of the frame so we can just focus on you.
Dos oruguitas enamoradas pasan sus noches y madrugadas llenas de hambre, siguen andando y navegando un mundo. Well, this is going a lot faster than I remember this song being. Que cambia y sigue cambiando. I need to watch that movie again. Mientras se abrazan con sentimiento, siguen creciendo, no saben cuándo, buscan el That's exactly how it goes. El tiempo que sigue cambiando. You probably know this song a lot better than I do, bitch.
Failure is your destiny.
So, sounds like you have some homework to do.
I have a lot of homework to do.
You need to watch Encanto.
I need to watch Encanto.
Next time I'm at karaoke,
I got you.
serenade me.
Yes. I have to put that on my schedule because I have... What was the Finding Dory reference where you can't remember?
Short-term memory loss?
Yeah, definitely. This one. So, that explains a lot. Where am I?
You're on Wallaby Way, Sydney. Anyways, this has been such a blast. Oh, hey, you're back. Welcome back, Dory. It's been such a blast having you here.
It's been awesome to be here, honestly. I have been really excited to come and see you, even though I was a little terrified, but I'm glad I came.
I was nice to you, and you passed your piercing exam today. So
barely.
Before we leave, where can we find you on social media, and what do you have to promote coming up?
So definitely find us at Coven Body Mods on Instagram, covenbodymods.com, our website, so you can see our tattoo work, our piercing work, and what we're all about. You can also book directly for piercings if you give us a call, or you can go on our Instagram and DM us. I also have my own personal singing and my karaoke fun live singing adventures on my personal Instagram called the Countess. You'll be able to see me there and what I will be doing in town as far as my Dungeons and Dragons shows at Thane's, my Karaoke's at Hamburger Mary's, and other fun opportunities that I'm looking forward to being part of in the future. I will be at Denver Suite, so please come and see us at Denver Suite whenever you see the Countess. We'll be there. Or Dean Dazzle. Check out my beautiful, handsome husband, Dean Dazzle, as well. Inked.by.Haley on Instagram as well if you want to see their tattoo work, because that will be your tattoo artist at Coven Body Mods. So if you do want a dazzling drag king to tattoo you and your friends and your family members, go ahead and check us out, because Coven Body Mods can make that happen. And I hope to see you at Coven Body Mods soon, please. We need to upgrade that. What's a princess without pretty jewelry?
How would you upgrade this?
A whore. We're going to put diamonds in that bitch.
Oh, damn. That's actually how I found out I had a deviated septum, was when I got it pierced.
That's how a lot of people find out, unfortunately.
That's the only thing I've ever had pierced, and they were like, hey, you have a deviated septum. And I was like, this explains a lot. Thank you.
Sense, yeah. And that's one of the only piercings I won't do, because they're super hard to nail. I'll be the first person to say, like, I can send you to another piercer that will nail it. It's not going to be me.
Well, this has been such an adventure getting to know you. Check out all of their links. My name is Brittany Brody. I am the Disney Princess of Denver Drag. This has been the Countess. You're watching Drag Me to Denver. Bye.
Bye.